Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about Jhon Duran, who is a Colombian striker and only 21 years old. It says here, according to Tony Juan Marti, that Barcelona had a meeting with the agents of Jhon Duran. The striker would love to join FC Barcelona one day. And so let's have a player analysis on Jhon Duran and whether this move would make sense for Hansi Flick's FC Barcelona. First things first, his background. He is Colombian. He was born on December 13th, 2003. He is 6'1", so a very tall striker. He's also left-footed. He is also left-footed, has a market value of 40 million euros, and he just joined Aston Villa back in January 2023. He has a contract with Aston Villa until 2030, and he just renewed with Aston Villa back in October 2024, which is the reason why his market value currently is much higher than before. Duran has been doing many great things for Aston Villa this season. If we look at his past 5 seasons, we can see that he did come from Chicago Fire, which is a club in the United States. He was doing okay, and especially back in 2022, but eventually he got too good that Aston Villa had to grab him in, and since then he had a slow rise to the top. Back in the 2023-2024 season, he played 37 matches and scored 8 goals, so he was being utilized a lot. But then came this season, he has played less games, which is a total of 26, but has scored more goals. He now has 12 goals in 26 matches, so he's averaging about 0.9 goals per 90 minutes, which is really good. And the fact that he is able to do this in the Premier League, which is the toughest, most physical league in the world, it should really tell you what type of striker he is. He's a physical monster. His scoring ability is also really good. He does have an impressive 51% shot success rate, which showcases clinical finishing abilities with a versatile shooting technique combining power, precision, distance, and finesse. Hence the reason why Jhon Duran scored an amazing goal against RB Leipzig 3 weeks ago. His playmaking abilities is also really good. The way that he's able to link up play. He's quick with wall passes. Very much somebody like Luis Suarez or Erling Haaland. He's able to do the one touch and progress the play. We can even say that physically, it's one of his best attributes, right? When it comes to physical duels, physical aerial duels, physical anything, he is a strong target man, and he can shield the ball whenever he needs one of his teammates to make the runs on the flanks. So he can drop deep, link up play. He has very good vision and can hold the ball in order for players like potentially Lamine Yamal or Rafinha and progress through. So I think that having someone like Duran would be amazing. His aerial ability is also really good. He does show a promising 40% success rate in the air, and that is because he has strong leap. He's aggressive. He never shies down when it comes to going up against any tall center backs, and I believe that he does get a lot from, I would say, Cavani when Cavani was in his prime in Napoli. He's aggressive all around. So I do think that in the end, one of the reasons why Barcelona have been scouting this player is because his long shots are amazing, and Barcelona need players who can produce more long shots. We know that Fermin Lopez can produce long shots. He's very accurate with that. We know that a player like Lamine Yamal can also do that from the right flank, but Barcelona need more, and they especially need a striker that can be accurate in their long shots. Lewandowski is not really like that anymore, which is why somebody like Duran would be a great weapon. You combine that with his 42% success rate in dribbling, you have a monster of a striker, and he relies on his pace, he relies on his power to get him through any center backs or any full backs. He's not the most technical player on the ball, like he's not a Luis Suarez when it comes to dribbling, or like a Neymar Jr. or Lamine Yamal, right? He's not that type of striker, but he is definitely somebody that will get through physically, kind of like Leao in a sense. And his defensive contributions, which is something that Lewandowski lacks, he does not shy away from defensive duties, and he does like to track back and take the ball away as fast as possible. Once again, the only few weaknesses he does have right now is his technical ability. Like, yes, he can have great ball retention, great link up play, but sometimes his touches can be a little clumsy, and that's about it. And so I do think that because of his level, because we know that he can score goals, because we know that he can provide great goal scoring abilities in the most powerful league in the world, I would say that this does place Duran a step above Vitor Roque, because Vitor Roque also shares the exact same weaknesses, right? We know that Vitor Roque can score goals, but his first touch is what kills him. The same thing does go on with Duran, but here's the thing. Duran has great shooting abilities. He understands what his weaknesses are, and he uses his strengths to its maximum level, which makes him very dangerous, and it works. Like, once again, you cannot get away with anything in the Premier League. Like, you have to be good. It's either you're good or you're not, and Duran is showing that he is good. And when you compare Duran to Lewandowski and Jonathan David, because I do think that he can be a great backup striker, but not the main striker, you can see that he is a upgrade to Jonathan David, another player that Barcelona have been eyeing and scouting, but definitely currently not an upgrade to Lewandowski. Lewandowski still beats Duran in almost everything, right? Lewandowski is in the green, Duran is the blue, and Jonathan David is the red, who just gets annihilated in this graph. You can see that Duran does beat Lewandowski in terms of attacking actions, passes to the box, maybe a little bit in in aerial duels. So there's still a lot of work to be done. I honestly do not think that even though, right, Duran is good, he's not going to be our main striker. I believe that FC Barcelona is looking for two strikers in general that can be reliable. And right now, Duran would only be the backup striker to our main striker that we could sign in the summer. I still strongly believe that Jhon Laporta is not going to settle for less. I do think that Jhon Laporta is going to want either Gyökeres or Erling Haaland. It's going to be one of those two strikers. But even then, whether it's Gyökeres or Erling Haaland or Lewandowski, if he continues for another season, Barcelona do need a backup striker. And I don't know if Barcelona also want this player to be signed in this transfer window that we're in right now. It would be great because Lewandowski does need rest, but for sure, I just think that the overall conclusion is Barcelona do need a backup world-class striker, and Duran does seem like a very ideal one. Now, if he ends up becoming the best striker in the world, good, that's fine, right? What's wrong with that? But at the very least, we need a great backup striker. As a matter of fact, over there in Aston Villa, since we are talking about this club, it says here, according to Fabrizio Romano, that Aston Villa have opened up talks to explore the possibility of signing Oscar Mingueza. Nothing is advanced yet, but Barcelona have 50% reserved of a future sale, meaning that if, for example, Mingueza gets sold for 20 million euros, 30 million euros, Barcelona receive half of those funds, even though we sold Oscar Mingueza 2 years ago. So currently, according to the transfer market, he is worth around 20 million euros. Barcelona would get around 10. And I believe that because we would get 10 million euros, that can be placed to the operation of Duran, where according to the transfer market, his market value is at 40 million euros, which means that Barcelona can get him for 30 million euros. And I know, right, I understand that Barcelona still have Vitor Roque, but like I said, Duran is doing this in the Premier League. And you may say, but Kevin, no, the age difference, that is the reason why, right? We just need more time with Vitor Roque. Well, here's the thing, Vitor Roque is turning 20 in 1 month. Duran just turned 21 2 weeks ago. So they're like a year and a month apart. There's no real age difference between Duran and Vitor Roque. So let me know in the comment sections down below. Do you believe that FC Barcelona should sign Duran as the main striker or as the backup striker, or you just do not want him at all and you want to bet on other strikers like Pau Victor or like Vitor Roque? Let me know in the comment sections down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.